I would like to invite Mr. Vijay Devarkonda to say a few words here about the business and the reason why he sees it as important. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Too many respected leaders of the industry and policymakers here. I cannot wish you all by name, but my regards to all of you present here and present online. I'm from this city, so what's happening here, I love it. While growing up, as a kid, I've always had this opinion that we as a country somehow worked in hindsight. I thought that we always waited for a problem to happen, let it get really serious till it became a deal breaker and then try and find solutions. But over the last 5-6 years, what I've been seeing governments working with foresight. This state has become like a state of dreams. Like be it having 24/7 power supply, like my village, my district, we have water which for farming and people are getting 2 crops a year. There's more money to spend. The land rates have gone up. All this is like magical to us. We haven't seen it in life. Be it T-Hub, be it iPass. Like these are like few of the 100 things that I am aware of. And now this Telangana e-vehicle summit, this is like foresight, and I love what is happening. And as you can see, a lot of it has happened under our current Chief Minister KCR Garu's administration, and KTR Anna, congratulations for what all's happening. I've always said we are in good hands. Other than when we have these like extraordinary crippling circumstances like the pandemic or these rains, but I'm sure we'll be well prepared. And as you see, I believe e-vehicles are the future. I'm no expert in this field, but I believe they are the future, and as you can see, I'm betting on it. So watts and volts, early Jan next year, we'll bring a beautiful product, and we hope to add to the clean, better lifestyles of Hyderabad. We hope to add to how beautiful our city is and improve our lifestyles. That's it. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Minister Transport Shri Puwad Ajay Kumar Garu, Honorable Minister for Forest, Environment, Science and Technology, Endowments and Law, Shri Indra Karan Reddy Garu, Honorable Principal Secretary of Roads and Buildings and Transport, Shri Sunil Sharma Garu, Honorable Principal Secretary Industry and IT, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, TSIC MD Garu, Narasimha Reddy Garu, TS Redco MD Janay Garu, to all the participants who've just signed memorandums of understanding with the government of Telangana, and to all the friends in the gathering here, a warm welcome to all of you. Before I go into my formal speech, I would also like to acknowledge my bad. We live in a virtual reality kind of situation today, so I forgot to acknowledge Sri Pavan Goenka, who's joined us, especially the chairman, CEO of Mahindra Group, and Sri Sunil Mehta ji of the Yes Bank Group, and Srimati Anna Roy from Niti Aayog. Thank you, madam, for joining us. And please do convey to Mr. Amitabh Kant that we missed him. Before I go into my formal speech, I just wanted to say one thing quickly. I was talking to a friend of mine, after seeing what's been happening around the world, during this pandemic, how nature was healing itself, and I was getting all these videos on social media, how nature really is healing and how the world is so much of a better place, without humans kind of killing whatever we've been doing, inflicting all the damage we've done. One of the things a very learned and a very knowledgeable friend of mine said, I said, what is the solution going forward from a government perspective? What do we do to make sure that we help our environment, we pass on a better planet to our children, what do we do? He said something very, very interesting. He said, follow the 3D mantra. I said, what is that? And he said, first thing, focus on decarbonization. Second, focus even more on digitization. And thirdly, focus also on decentralization. Now, I don't need to explain to any of you in this room, decarbonization or digitization. I think you all know it rather well. Now, what did he mean by decentralization? I think what he meant was, see, I also wear the other hat of Minister for Urban Development and Municipal Administration. One of the biggest challenges I face in that ministry is the rapid urbanization and suburbanization that is sweeping our nation. Today, Telangana, in fact, is one of the most urbanized states in India. We're almost 43-44% urban population. And in about 5 to 7 years, in fact, majority of Telangana would be living in urban areas and minority would be living in rural areas. That's the reality. Now, how do we address this? Why do people migrate? Why do people urbanize? People urbanize in search of better livelihoods, in search of better Medicare facilities, in search of better education facilities. So what this learned friend of mine meant was decentralize. While we can't completely contain urbanization, at least we can hope for suburbanization in a structured, planned way. Create more counter-magnets, create more integrated townships, ensure that people actually move further away, create more economic clusters around the city of Hyderabad, as was pointed out by Mr. Goenka. While Mahatma Gandhi was right when he said, India lives in its villages, the fact today, after 75 years of independence, is India is run by its cities. Today, our cities have become the epicenters of economic activity. Today, for instance, if you take the example of Hyderabad, nearly 50% of state GSDP comes from our capital city. Nearly 50% of Telangana's GSDP is contributed by Hyderabad. So therefore, it's extremely important to conserve, to preserve, and to ensure that the economic vitality our cities offer remains intact if we are to grow into a 5 trillion economy, as our Honorable Prime Minister keeps alluding to, or if we really have to get into the league of developed first world countries, as we all combinedly dream of every so often. Now, how do we achieve that? How do we go about doing it? Recently there was floods in Hyderabad. We all know that. Cloud bursts, climate changes, unseasonal rains are not only affecting urban denizens, they're also affecting our farmers. They're also affecting people across the world. Now, one of the nicest things and one of the most interesting things I've heard today from the previous speakers was sustainable mobility. We talk about sustainable energy all the time. But today I heard Pawan Goenka mention about sustainable mobility. He also talked about shared mobility. Now, these are the things I think our cities today need if we really have to ensure that we preserve their fabric, we preserve their growth momentum, and we grow into a league of first world country in years to come, years that lie ahead of us. Now, having said that, I believe what has been accomplished is very little, but what lies ahead, the road that lies ahead in terms of ensuring that we get there with respect to sustainable energy and also sustainable mobility is going to be an arduous, is going to be a difficult journey, but I think with all stakeholders participating, governments in cities, governments in state, government in Delhi, and also, when I say Delhi, I don't mean Kejriwal, I mean Government of India, and also all stakeholders, the private sector, the startups, the large OEMs, the aggregators, all of us working together, I think will be, therein lies the real success of this policy launch today. Of course, as was pointed out by my friends earlier, Telangana in fact has come out with an extremely comprehensive policy. It does not talk about electric vehicles in itself. We also have ensured that the energy storage policy is dovetailed with our electric vehicle policy, because these are two extremely, tight-knit ideas which need to work together cohesively. Now, I'm also delighted that two very important ministers and their are seated on the dais. For this electric vehicle policy to be successful, I think these three ministries need to work together very, very closely. One is, of course, to promote investments, to promote innovation, industry and IT ministry, which is represented by myself and Jayesh Ranjan. We need to be working closely with our colleagues to ensure that electric vehicles are adopted and people actually lap them up. We need to work closely with Honorable Minister for Transport and his secretary, and to ensure that whatever we do remains in consonance with environment. We need the support of Honorable Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. So, the fact that Telangana government has not only thought this through in terms of policy, but also in terms of ensuring that the policy is enforced effectively, implemented effectively, we brought out all stakeholders, and this multi-stakeholder engagement, I believe, will lead to a very successful implementation of this policy that our state has come out with. As I pointed out, Hyderabad is today our capital city, and it is the epicenter of our economic activity. This city today, in fact, I urge not only Mr. Pawan Goenka and to every electric vehicle manufacturer in the city, our dream today, in fact, as we launch this policy, is to make great strides of progress in electric vehicle adoption and also make our city and our state the epicenter of electric vehicle manufacturing and adoption. Now, I offer the city of Hyderabad as a test case for all electric vehicle manufacturers to come and work with us. Come and work with our Hyderabad Metro Rail. Come and work with our MMTS. Come and work with our RTC and see how together we can explore better public transportation solutions, better shared mobility solutions with our aggregators, Uber, Ola, and many others out there. We could work together jointly to ensure that more and more people are taken away from their private vehicles, which are gas guzzlers today, to these wonderful vehicles which are environmental friendly. The state is already, in fact, one of the leaders in sustainable energy production. We've made, as I pointed out, when we started our journey about 6 years ago, we only had 45 megawatts of solar energy being produced from our state. But today, I'm delighted to share with you that we are number 2 in the country with more than 4,100 megawatts of solar energy production in a very, very short span of time. That goes to show you the commitment of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, to renewable energy, to sustainable energy solutions.